Hey everybody, welcome back. As alluded to in the short yesterday, today we are going to be talking about the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the federal government, and this idea that the federal government is coming to seize your garden. They want to register and regulate your garden and control it, take it, do whatever they're going to do to it. And I've been seeing a lot of this in prepper videos recently, that, oh my God, the federal government is coming to take, are they coming to take your garden? Are they coming to take your personal garden away and take your food and control your personal food supply? And the short, quick answer is no, they are not. And these channels that are crying wolf, if you will, if you're watching one of these channels, I would reconsider it perhaps. Oh, we got a cameo there. That's Dusty back there. That's one of the strays that we take care of. She stays in the house because she's very tiny. I'm going to show you why that is. Now, I'm not saying that this could not be the doorway to something like that at some point in the future. Any regulation, program, law can be a doorway, a gateway to something bigger, something more imposing when you're talking about a government program. But the People's Garden is not that kind of a program, and quite frankly, it's not a new program. So I don't know why all these prepper channels want to act like this is brand new. And I'm going to explain all of this, and I'm going to use the USDA's own website to show you. Now here's where we start. This is the People's Garden. When you open up, if you go to USDA, the People's Garden, and you open up their link, the government link, this is what you're going to see. That's it. And they have a little map. This is their little map that shows you where all of their gardens are. And here's a little blurb about when it was established. February 12th, 2009. So this didn't just happen. And they had community garden programs, federal government and the USDA, before this. They just changed the name to the People's Garden in 2009, tying it in with Lincoln's 200th birthday. It was a political thing. It was a showcase. So 2009, the community garden concept becomes the People's Garden. So this is not new. This didn't happen yesterday. Now they have an entry form to become a People's Garden, and right here we're just going to scroll through. If it's too fast, you can freeze this at any time, but this is just basically me scrolling through their application form for the People's Garden program, which is completely voluntary. You don't pay anything, it's voluntary, they're not forcing anyone to do it, and as a matter of fact, there are restrictions, and we're going to get into that here in a few moments. Now, why would you want to start a People's Garden? Okay, why would you want to be involved? Well, because it pays. There is a grant program connected with this. So you register yourself as a People's Garden so you can get a taste of that federal tax money. Basically, there's an application for this as well. Once you're established as a People's Garden, there are ways we can help, starting financing and protecting your farm or garden, on-farm guidance and innovation, marketing and selling, and so on. And this is where the trick comes in. Starting a People's Garden. This is important. If you go all the way to the bottom paragraph, and this is why I don't understand why so many prepper channels all of a sudden want to try to fearmonger you into believing that the government's coming after your garden post haste. Read the very last paragraph here. People's gardens can be located on federally owned or leased property, and that's where you see a lot of community gardens, you know, the inner city garden and the produce that they pull out goes to few food pantries. They go in those food boxes and stuff like that. At schools, which is still federal property, but of course a private school could also join this program. Faith-based centers, so if your church has a big garden and wants to use its produce as part of its food pantry when it gives away food, it could enter this program and do that. And then it says other places within the community. However, next sentence, they cannot be located at private residences. Basically, they don't want you to register your garden. They want programs to register with them. They want the Girl Scouts. They want the Boy Scouts. They want the church. They want your school or any place else that's connected with city, state, federal government or getting funding anyways. They're not going after your small garden that you've got going in your backyard where you grow tomatoes or whatever you do. That's not what this is. And it's very misleading for a lot of these prepper channels to have been jumping on this recently. And again, like I said, this is not a new program. This program has been around for a while. They only just started calling it the People's Garden in 2009, but that's still 2009. That's still 13 years ago, closing in on 14 years ago. It'll be 14 years in 2023, and they act like this just happened and that you have to register or whatever. It's more sensationalism. It's clickbait. And I wanted to throw that out there. If you were worried that they're coming after your personal garden, not very likely. Not likely. Look this up for yourself. You can go to the USDA's own website and see everything I just showed you. And if you are watching one of these channels that try to sensationalize this, I would sit there and evaluate whether or not I wanted to continue watching those people. Seriously, because if life is frustrating enough, life is hard enough, there's enough to worry about without having someone throw something else on you that isn't even necessarily the truth. And again, like I said, could a program like this be a gateway to, at some point in the future, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, whenever, however, being a gateway to trying to control your personal garden at home? Of course it can, because it's the government. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen next week. So slow down, take a breath, enjoy your life, keep prepping as normal, as usual. Stop worrying about when something is going to happen and just be prepared for if it does. Thoughts? Feel free to post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you get something out of that? I hope you did. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Rumor has it that it helps with the algorithm. I don't believe that. I think that's a lie, but I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other videos if you have not. If you saw random cat images and you're like, what the hell is this? If you're new to the channel, they are strays that my wife and I take care of, and pictures of them actually do help with YouTube's loading algorithm. I went from 10 hours to get a video loaded to around 10 minutes or less. Once I started putting cat images in there, it was a tip given to me from another viewer. If you would like to help the channel out, or the cats for that matter, there are links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and we sure do appreciate it. And if that's it, then what more can I say but stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.